So if your factory horn is not working, or you had to remove the steering wheel and you don't have control for the horn, the alternative is using something like this. It's called the Big Bubba by Boom Blaster. It's basically a big horn that has just a USB connector on it. So you can load any sound you want on it, any MP3. It just has two wires, positive and a negative, to power it. And it comes with a remote control so that you can play up to 4 different sounds. And it has a USB cable so that you can connect it to your laptop. So here I have installed one in the RS4. Okay, so here I have my Big Bubba positive with an inline fuse that I tap directly from the positive terminal. In here I remove the ground stud for the battery starter, and I just reuse one of the bolts here to use the ground. And that's it, just a positive negative. There's a small antenna that I left up here so that the remote can charge it. The USB cable just stays here. I'm going to put a zip tie when I'm done. And basically you can just connect this USB to your laptop. It comes with 4 different MP3s on it, and I just loaded different car horn sounds so that you can have a little beep or some more obnoxious horns depending on the situation. And you can also load some music or any sound effect so that the frog sound effects. But basically very easy to install, and you can leave that remote next to your cluster. And here it fits under the cover, so I just zip tied the bottom to the AC line, and it just fits properly. So it could be an alternative for race cars that still need to have a horn to pass inspection or something. They are relatively cheap, and you can load multiple sounds on them, and it's completely wireless, so you don't have to run wires everywhere. So here we have a Big Bubba installation in a rally car. I actually reused a battery tender connector that I had laying around, so with an inline fuse, and this way I can easily disconnect it from the car. Here it fits actually under the hood in the battery area here, so you can squeeze it in here. You can also do a little bracket to secure it to the battery mount if you have one, but here for the purpose of the demo I'm just gonna leave it around like this. So the Big Bubba comes with a remote with silly sounds like the castle by default. So what we're going to do here, I have my laptop. So here you have a USB cord coming out of the Big Bubba, and connect the other end into your laptop here. And now it appears as a D drive. So when I click on it, you can see the default files that are silly sounds recorded on it. So I'm just gonna remove those. So the key to assigning each file to each button is actually in the order they are copied to the device. So A is going to be the first file you are going to copy, B the second file, C the third file, D the fourth file. If you're starting to delete and re-add files, it becomes, I don't know which order they are in. So the easiest is to wipe everything out. So here drive has been emptied. I take my files, I name them A, B, C, D to be, for me to remember more easily in which order to copy them. I copy the first file to the Big Bubba. I'm waiting for the file copy to be complete. Then I'm going to take my second file, copy it over, and etc. When the last file is copied, you just have to disconnect. And here now I can use my remote and play my file. This is my file A. Okay, so that's the theme for Jen and Margaret when they're on the start line. That's their theme when they're on the finish line. That's Frog and Ribbit in the back there. And the last one is actually a backup horn in case the main horn doesn't work. So here you go. This walks you through the setup of the Big Bubba, and you just have to secure the remote inside the car. After that, you play the sound. So they have a little tether you can attach to, or you can just, there's a good flat surface in the back to stick it somewhere on the dash. So that's my horn. So unfortunately, I have the remote. If you have two of them and you are close enough, it's going to trigger the other ones. They all work on the same frequency. So that's one thing to know. So I'm going to kill this one. And now let's go back here. I have my horn.